Hello YouTube, this is Nav67. I'm bringing you another Transformers Generations review. This time I've got Autobot Drift. He rolls. I like Drift in the comic book, so I was excited to see that he was getting his own toy. And when I found the toy, I ordered it from Hasbro, got really excited, and then found him in the store and bought him. So now I've got two Drifts, and I'm thinking of making a custom Springer out of this mold. Tell me, guys, what you guys might think about that. I think this mold would be a good Springer. He's becoming Blur, which I'm really excited for because I love Blur. Blur's another Autobot that I'm super excited about finding out. Here he is. He is kind of a panel transformer in vehicle mode, which I'll openly admit is probably my worst set of Transformers. Oh, I got snap in place. Wait, no. But then that snaps out. Wait, no. But there he is. He can roll. The sword does store in there, and you can totally transform him with the sword in there. But I like to take it because the sword's kind of a bendy plastic, and I notice it bends. So I like to just take the sword out, set it to the side there. And how I want to do this is, first you gotta kind of... This is the only shame, because I always liked it when the head was the last thing you transformed, and you kind of have to pop this front part of his hood up. And this is the hardest part of the transformation. Nerd strength, go! Erg! Come on, nerd strength. Erg. There it goes. So you kind of pop the hood and you can see it's two different panels. And they just fold up like so. Which I don't like because his head's revealed right from the start. A little bit of paint, of that silver paint got his head sculpt. I'm going to have to fix that sometime. And then from there we just really kind of separate all the pieces. The whole torso disassembles like that. And then bend the legs. And this is where it gets kind of funky. I like to bring these hip panels down. He's got this little sword, so you can just flip out the swords and then flip these windows in. And he kind of has these cool hip armor things. And then fold out the legs, and I think these are really cool. Where you flip out the legs and you see they're kind of hollow, but then this, grab, bend up, and then they angle. Boom! There's a foot. So all of a sudden, all that hollow space, even though it's still hollow, it looks full now, and it creates, and his legs are really beefy down here, so he balances really easily, which I love when they do that. And then, you know what? I need to bring the window up. I need a camera with the bigger lens here for these guys. But then flip these down, and then the whole arm just flips down, just to show when you flip it down, bring it forward, and boom, he's got arms. And then you just take the chest, move it up, and peg that slot into that hole. That's what she said. He's got some really cool light piping when you get the light in there. Oh, let's see, look, there it is. No light, light, no light, light. He's got a lot of articulation. I mean, you know, he's got a ball joint leg there. He's got single jointed knee, which moves pretty freely. He's got ball jointed shoulders. He's even got ball jointed wrist, which are really cool, since not a lot of Transformers have that now. The head does turn. He does not have, because of that sword storage in the back right there, which technically in order to complete transformation, get the real drift look, just slide the sword back in here. He's got little slots for the sword, not really sure what you want to call them. And so, I mean, you know, looks like he's pooping out a sword from the bottom, but looks great from the top. And then he does have swords that you just plug into his hands. He's got a mean, wicked pair of short swords here. And he can do all kinds of cool poses. And then, if you're not interested in those, that you just store right back in. I love the fact that he really can store all of his weapons in both modes. He doesn't need, oh, put it in wrong. And then take out the sword, and he can wield his giant sword, and even, if you don't mind getting him into some kind of goofy poses, you can grip his sword with two hands. It's kind of rare to find a Transformer that can hold a weapon with two hands. Anyways, if you're not a huge fan of Drift, I still say the toy's worth picking up. This is an awesome, awesome figure. And I mean, you know, credit to Hasbro to start off their Generations line with a comic exclusive character that, you know, some people are super excited for, some people don't like. But this mold's a great mold, and I highly recommend picking it up. For size, here he's next to Prowl. So, I mean, he is taller. He is an imposing deluxe figure, and I think he is well worth the price. They're also both very white. But anyways, this is Generations Drift. I highly recommend picking them up in the toy stores now. And this is NavSec7, and I'm signing out.